Hello, welcome to what might be the last episode of United by Red this year. We won't commit to the future. Somebody's got to fly halfway, 3/4 of the way around the world to get back to the United Kingdom in the next week or so, and that could go horribly wrong. So, if this is the last one, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all. If it's not, forget I said anything, and we might see each other in the United Kingdom in a week or so. But never mind. So, another week has gone by. Another week of pretty average football for most of it that then turned into a crazy last 5 minutes in nearly every game.
Oh, I watched the games. There was no massive talking points, were there? Really, it was pretty much football as is football. But Sunderland were the first one I watched. I mean, they're just like Man United in the 90s, don't they? Just comeback kings. It just beat anybody now.
I mean, they were one of our tips to be relegated this season, along with Wolves and Burnley and Everton and Leeds and Fulham. Okay, we might have predicted half the league to get relegated.
Yeah,
but
half the league is going down, and the other half are going to win the league. And then there's Man U.
They are now fourth and only 3 points off second, which is pretty impressive from a team back in the Premier League for the first time in
how many points have they got now? They must have 23, 22.
Ooh, so close, 22.
22 points. I mean, the more than halfway to, probably 2/3 of the way to safety, and it's November. I mean, they're pretty happy, aren't they?
I mean, when you look at the likes of who they should have been competing with, Leeds and Burnley, they've got more than double. Well, they've got exactly double of Leeds and more than double of Burnley.
I mean,
and
not wanting to curse Sunderland, but they're safe. And I know I do have an ability to curse most people, but I think they're definitely safe.
And they are 20 points clear of Wolves, who are definitely relegated.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't played this weekend, have they? But they will lose.
Of course they will. I mean, they play at 2:00 against Aston Villa away. So
yeah, they lost. Yeah,
that's West Midlands derby, so that's not going to go well.
Yeah, did you see Cook's red card for a rather savage elbow in the Sunderland game? What was all that about? I mean,
well, I watched the highlights this morning, and when it first showed him, the referee sent him off. I don't see what's happened. Then we got a close-up replay. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it just almost attacked him. It seemed like a very unnecessary elbow. I don't really know why his elbow was there and why he threw it. In a game that they were in as well. It's not like they were 4-0 down and he's lost his mind. It was like, you're in the game. Why would you do that? It was very odd. And I mean, he's a seasoned pro as well, isn't he? He's not just come on the scene. He's been around years, Cook.
It was a game that got quite fractious towards the end, actually, in general, that there was just a lot of random tackles flying in and just...
I mean, Bournemouth are a good side, and they've lost a lot of good players, and they're still a good side, but that was pretty stupid, weren't it? I mean, Sunderland just look... I mean, they don't look unbelievable. They were 2-0 down, but again, another goal from nearly the halfway line, but they just seem to have a knack of winning games, don't they? And I mean, it's almost like Leicester did when they won. I'm not saying Sunderland are going to win the league, but they've just got a knack of winning games. It just keeps rolling, doesn't it?
I mean, to be fair, us predicting them to get relegated, it's quite fitting that they probably would go win the league, to be honest.
Probably, yeah. Probably win the league with a record points tally in our predictions, won't they?
But yeah, I mean, City nearly blew it against Leeds. They were a particularly bad team, if I'm honest, and City managed to make them half look decent for a while, which was...
Yeah, I mean, City battered them in the first half an hour, didn't they? And then seemed to take the first half and took the foot off the gas.
It's like everybody's just wanting to say, here, Arsenal, take the Premier League. Have it. It's yours.
Yeah. It's almost, the handing stuff over to them on a weekly. I mean, somebody drops points to Arsenal. I mean, obviously Arsenal winning most weeks, but no one's mounting a constant challenge, are they? City will drop 3 this week. Tottenham will drop 3. Liverpool will drop 6. Chelsea will drop 3. It's just, every week somebody falls further behind and it's another team that we're trying to fight them.
Yeah, and it's kind of just becoming a little bit silly. But I do want to roll back 6 days. Yeah, 7 days for you, depending where you are in the world. Manchester United played Everton in the Monday Night Football in England. Everton managed to have a man sent off for slapping his own teammate inside 20 minutes. And United
still
managed to
didn't
go
manage
on
to
and
score.
make Everton look the better team. Well done.
It was one of them games where, up until them getting sent off, I was concerned that we were going to lose. And then when he got sent off, I was like, we've been bailed out here. At least we'll win, but it's not good. And we still managed to lose. I mean, that was a performance from 8 weeks ago, wasn't it? That was the old Man United at the start of the season where we just looked totally toothless. I mean, we miss Cunha so much. It's scary how much we miss him. We just look flat. I mean, Xerxes not good enough. He starts again today. He's not a Man United player in any way, shape, or form. I keep saying it, he's too big. He's too big for himself. He's too big for football. He's just the wrong shape to be a footballer. Should have been a basketball player or I don't know, acrobat or something. But yeah, we look 2 or 3 players away from a crisis. We lost Cunha. If we lost Mbeumo, the 2 people we brought in, we'd in serious trouble. If Cunha gets injured while Mbeumo's at the Africa, whatever it is, yeah, we're in deep shit again because we look so bang average when we haven't got our first team out.
Yeah,
that's a concern.
It looked like you were recovering at one point, and then you've just gone and done typical Man United things.
It's a bad performance, and any team can have a bad performance. Listen, it doesn't have to. We don't have to pile on. We have to see what happens today. We're playing against a very good Palace side, but it just looked like a performance that we thought we'd got past. Toothless, just totally flat. Just not creating anything. And when we did create anything, we didn't really look like we were ever going to score. And against an Everton team that aren't very good, we should have put them to bed. We should have put them to bed with 11 men, and with 10 men, it should have been a walk in the park. And I know it gets difficult because they just defend and they got the lead, so they had something to defend. But yeah, we looked really, really poor.
But, which is unusual when we have a conversation about Manchester United losing, I can give you a positive. You didn't lose 4-1 to PSV Eindhoven at home.
Yeah.
Well done.
I put earlier that our Arsenal are now the best side in Europe. Are Liverpool one of the biggest drop-offs ever?
Yeah.
I mean, it's astronomical to be that good that you win the Premier League by that distance, to now be that shit that everyone's just kicking you in. I mean, just anyone. I misheard it. I thought they'd lost to PSG. So I went to the barbers for my haircut, was having a bit of a laugh at Liverpool saying losing to PSG, but it can happen. And my mate went, no, it's lost to PSV. I went, no, PSG, the French team. I went, no, PSV, the shit Dutch team. And I went, even they've battered him. I'm like, what's gone on here? PSV have gone to Anfield and annihilated him. I mean, that's a low. That's a real low for Liverpool.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I think we've gone past a crisis at this point, and I don't know what the next most severe word is. But if you go to West Ham this afternoon, who are rank poor,
and have been rubbish since they sacked the manager, they should never have sacked.
If they don't win that, then I don't know where they go. This season's done.
For Liverpool at the minute, they almost seem to pull a performance out, but they can't pull 2 out. I mean, they won in Champions League the other week against a decent side and looked like, they might be back. And then they go and get battered week in, week out in the Premier. It's like, and then Champions League was like the one thing they could win in. And now they've just been annihilated in that. You think they could quite well beat West Ham today and then get Ahmed again next weekend. It's just such a strange drop-off. And it's like, is he going to be a typical manager, be too stuck to his ways and arrogant to change things and, and make a difference? And is he going to get time? Because you know what's coming, don't you? I mean, they'll all be calling for his side. I mean, I've seen Liverpool fans online, and there's absolute cretins, all of them shouting. 3 months ago, he was the greatest thing in Liverpool, and November the 30th, they want him sacked.
But it's okay. A betting company in the UK has instated Klopp as the favourite to replace him.
I mean, if you're Jurgen Klopp, you're not going back, are you? Why would you?
No.
You've got a legacy that is perfect. You did everything right. Everything you touched turned to gold. It can only go wrong for you. It can't go. You're not going to enhance your reputation at Liverpool if you're Jurgen Klopp. So why go back? If you're Liverpool, why don't you go out and get someone like Gareth Southgate so we can all have a good fucking laugh?
He was actually on a podcast that I listened to in the middle of this
fucking hell, I bet that was good. Well, you'll
I
kill
won't
yourself.
give the name of it because that'd be advertising other people, and they tell you that's bad and you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, but
yes,
you do realise if we advertise on the podcast, somebody would have to be watching our podcast to advertise to them, so it doesn't matter anyway.
good point. I can say what I want. So it was the High Performance Podcast with Jake Humphries, and they were talking about obviously all the stick he got as England manager, and it was quite an insightful interview of kind of what he did and how he's got there. But then it was just like they talked about in this such high manner of the most successful England manager in 70 years and all this. Like, he did nothing. He didn't win anything. You're not successful.
I mean, that's like saying I'm the most successful person sat outside of this house because I'm the only one. We didn't win anything as England. So how can you be less or more successful than zero? You know, you would struggle to be less successful than the previous 18 managers, wouldn't you? Because they win fuck all. You can't win less than fuck all, can you? So, you know, how could you be less successful? You can only be the same unless you win something. You don't win anything. So no one's been successful. It's, you know, they're all a bunch of losers. Everybody lost. None of them won a thing.
I mean, that could be the England motto under the badge, all a bunch of losers.
Yeah. We're just a bunch of runners-up. Well, it's the Arsenal motto and the England motto. We just like finishing second. Well, we can't even finish second gracefully, can we, though? Yeah, you can't. I mean, Gareth Southgate, to me, he did a job. He was the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of the England. But anyone that's lauding him, it's just ridiculous. You don't, listen, football's about winning. We've said this a million times. He didn't win anything. So just put him to one side. He did what he did, and that's it. He's done fuck all, really.
Yep.
You think Brazil go around lauding managers that got them to the quarterfinals of a World Cup?
No, they lynch them.
Why do we? Exactly, they could just get sacked. You got the quarterfinals. That's crap, mate. You lost. Boom, out. We go quarterfinal. Oh, fantastic! First time we got the quarterfinals in 8 years. Oh, that's great. Let's celebrate.
Let's knight him.
Yeah, fucking idiots, man. Absolute idiots. So,
but yeah,
well, there was one concern in the gun. I'll let you go.
No, I was just saying, from a football perspective this week, it's kind of been easier watching, less VAR, less.
I haven't seen anything from VAR really. I think most of the penalties. I'm guessing all the penalties that were given were checked by a man in a box that's got no prior football knowledge. But I don't see that anyone. I don't see him get involved in anything that I've noticed.
The only one I wasn't sure on, but the angle we got wasn't great, was the penalty Burnley conceded, because I'm pretty sure the defender plays the ball. But it's hard to see from the angle we got.
Yes, he does, definitely. He plays the ball. The one from sort of to the back, to the side. Zabi, weren't it? Yeah, he plays the ball. Yeah. I said it at the time, and I watched the replay, and he still played the ball. But I watched the highlights, so I don't know if VAR reviewed it. And obviously, it would be irrelevant if they did anyway, because they're all fucking stupid. So, but he definitely gets the ball.
Well, yeah, it weren't just me that thought that then. I was convinced he did.
But like I say, I didn't see what the VAR looked at and saw, because, yeah, I decided not to go that in depth into it, but it definitely looked like he got the ball to me. It wasn't a penalty, I don't think. Yeah,
I didn't think it was at all. But yeah, other than that, I think it's kind of been pretty plain sailing this week, which is unusual.
So what happens if Pickford suddenly turns to be shit because he tried to punch a ball yesterday and punch fresh air and he went through his legs?
Yeah, that was impressive, actually.
It was. He managed to get a ball where there wasn't room to get a ball.
I mean, it was nearly. I mean, I know he was slightly crouched, but he managed to get a ball that was nearly chest high coming at him through his own legs. I mean,
he did well.
That's skill.
My concern was if he suddenly turns out to have a flop of a season. That obviously what we've done as England is we've played our reserve keeper quite a bit, haven't we? So we know who's going to be number 2.
Yes.
Me?
Possibly.
I mean, this is my point. We've made this point 2 weeks ago when England played. So if Pickford does turn out to have a nightmare, does he just play?
Yes.
Or do we pick the goalkeeper that's in form? Or no, we just play him.
Yes.
If he's just dropping things Massimo Taibbi style left, right, and centre, it turns into a Nana in the next 4 months. I just want to know what plan B is, and I'm struggling a little bit.
There is one.
Me and you both watch the same podcast, and they both were discussing what happens if Harry Kane's injured. And I thought that's ironic because we've been discussing that on our podcast the last 6 months. And they didn't have a fucking answer neither. And they're professional footballers, all of them. They just sat there and looked at each other like, well, we're pretty much fucked, aren't we? And they all said, why don't they rest him? Why is he even playing? Why is he being involved? Why ain't he being rested? Sent him on a holiday to get some time out of his legs because come the end of the season he will be tired. And I thought, well, there's two idiots sat here who've both been saying that for the last year, and professional footballers are now saying it.
If we had the following they did, we're beating the professionals to it.
We'd be on Sky Sports News.
Yeah, we just have to be better at timing and planning and technical. Because before recording this, my microphone fell apart. So, we have to be a little bit better at certain areas.
So, there was that. And then the other goalkeeper fuck up was the Tottenham goalkeeper who decided to run 200 yards out of his box, get to the touchline, which as a 7-year-old I was taught, and I think the commentator even said it, you just kick it into the stand, and he passed it to the Fulham player. Oh, did score a very nice finish, Harry Wilson, by the way. But the only place you don't put it is in play. You just don't leave it in play, do you? There's just, once I've said before, you can't score they're not going to score from a ball 50 foot in the crowd. They can score if you pass it up the pitch to Harry Wilson. What's he doing?
I can't. I'm not going there.
Professional footballer. And as soon as I saw him run out of the box, I just thought, stick it in the stand. And he passed it 10 yards to a Fulham player. And I'm like, that's the one thing you can't do. He's not. Who do you think you were? David Beckham?
So, regular listeners to this will understand and appreciate I have an issue with playing out from the back. Some would say, let's talk about it quite often. It's an issue in my life. It's an issue when defenders do it, because they're not the most skillful players on the pitch. Why the fuck is your goalkeeper doing it? Stop it! Kick the ball off the field.
Not in his defence, but in an also defensive. He's not even playing out from the back. He's in like a left wing back position. He's not even in his position, is he? Let's be honest. If you're out of position as a goalkeeper like that, you just get rid of the ball out of play and get back in your net. That's the only thing you have to do.
And he then, did you not see him start throwing his arms around, blaming everybody else?
Everybody else. That should have been top of that stand as high as he could get it. Turn around, run back to goal. By the time they've picked up the next ball, thrown it in and someone's touched it, you're back in your net.
And why is he out there in the first place?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he got miscommunication and thought he was left wing back all of a sudden. Maybe it's this fluidity. Maybe they inverted the goalkeeper this week. And he now plays at left wing back. It was just madness.
I saw it.
There was sheer madness.
There was 2 or 3 occasions this weekend, again, of playing out from the back, but nothing as egregious as what we've seen historically until I got to the Tottenham game. And I just wanted to, and I wanted to turn my telly off. I won't lie.
I'd love to know what Tottenham fans think now. Obviously, they sacked the manager because that was the answer to all their problems. I'm a massive fan of Thomas Frank, but this is a perfect scenario of it wasn't the manager's fault, and you can bring in anyone. Right, you can bring in Pep Guardiola. Unfortunately, Tottenham are shit. It's not changing. You've got shit players. If Richarlison's in your team, you're a shit football club because he's an absolute moron. Just a total waste of fresh air. He wants to go and play in Brazil somewhere. Stop changing your manager because it's not changing anything. You've changed now to Thomas Frank, who's one of the best managers in the Premier League, hands down. But he's having to deal with the same shit the previous manager had to deal with. The same stupid players that are crap. How can people are saying Thomas Frank's got to go? How does he legislate for what the goalkeeper did? Is that his fault?
You can't. You just can't.
The goalkeeper runs 50 foot out, 100 foot away from his goal, and then passes it to the Fulham player, who then puts it in the empty net. If you're a manager, you've just got no control over that, have you?
And to be honest, the 6 minutes into the game, I think at that point, the 200, I genuinely would have subbed him off. I'd have taken him off.
Crazy. They just look, I don't know. There's so many players in that team that aren't good enough to play in the Premier League. And yet, unless you're going to get rid of these players, you're just going to put another manager in? Is he suddenly going to get this guy? Is he going to make this goalkeeper make better decisions? Because
no,
I don't know how you can do that. You can't change his mind. He's obviously an idiot, and that's what he does. I'm used to having an idiot in our net. We had one for like 2 years now. It's frustrating as hell, but it's not the manager's fault. Only thing he says, don't pick him, but that's his only fucking goalkeeper. So what's he going to do? The club going to buy him a better one? No, I'd just love to see what Tottenham fans think, because you can always see rumblings of Thomas Frank this, Thomas Frank that. And I think if you're going to blame the manager again, the last 5 managers were no good. And the only one that won you anything, you kicked him out. So you've got exactly what you deserve, really, haven't you? Let's be honest.
Yeah. It's just pure. Managers can't legislate for players being morons.
I've said this
No.
one. Ten Hag got sacked off the back of us losing to West Ham when Diogo Dalot runs through and puts a ball over the net. I mean, he put the ball where Vicario should have put the ball. Yeah. The other thing is he was shooting a fucking goal, an open goal at that. And then he gets sacked and the stupid penalty decision that happened. You know,
Yeah.
how can a manager, don't get me wrong, there was other games before that where things were going bad. I'm not saying, but how can a manager legislate for such things? You can't, in your pre-match thing, what happens if my right wing back goes through and he's an absolute wanker and puts it over net? And then what happens if the referee and VR give the shittest penalty decision ever and we lose? Oh, well,
And
I'll
what
just,
happens if
I'll
the
just legislate
goalkeeper
for
just
that
does
and I'll play this.
walkabout?
You just can't, you know, what can Thomas Frank do? What happens if my goalkeeper comes all the way out of his net, gets to the byline, just has to tap it out of play and passes it to Harry Wilson so he can score in an open net? I might have to think about that. It's just, I mean, and once again, like you said, 2-0 down. It wasn't game over. They've got a long time, but Tottenham aren't coming back from that. They're not good enough.
No.
It's just not happening. So it's just, chaos. Absolute chaos. Just, But I just see rumblings again that Thomas Frank's, Frank's booing him and things like that. And I'm just like, again, what do you want? Who do you want next? Just line up another manager and do the same to him. They're just ruining careers, aren't they? And thinking they're getting somewhere.
Oh, dear. Yeah, so it's not been a great week in football, as always.
Well, football's been pretty. I mean, I don't want to say boring, but it's probably football's been football. It's been a little bit less eventful. There's been no VAR dramas. There's been a couple of stupid goalkeepers and one or two, poor bits of play, but that's football.
It is. So I think we should move swiftly on to something that may or may not end in a 6 hours' time. The Formula One Drivers' World Championship. We have gone to a desert in the middle of Asia. We have got tyres that apparently can't do more than 65 miles and they might explode.
Can you just explain this to me, please? Because you're a bit more of a Formula One guru than me. I had to mute it because we were talking about it the other day, and I'm like, this is just bullshit. Go on, what's happening?
So the FIA and F1 are concerned that the structural load on the tyres at this track, because of how high speed and how high temperature it is, they might just fall apart. So what they've said is you can only do 25 laps on any tyre. So if you've done 3 in qualifying, you can do 22 in the race. If you've done 6 in qualifying, you can do 19 in the race on that tyre. So strategy isn't a thing because everybody will probably just do the same thing, 19, 19, 19, or whatever it works out. I think it's 57 laps, so that'd be about right. And Ferrari will still do it wrong. So
I don't understand how we got to a point in Formula One where we're racing these races year in, year out, where suddenly we don't have a tyre fit for racing on. Basically, is what they're saying. And strategy is a massive part of the sport. Mostly bad strategy, but either way, you're removing the bad strategies from people because basically what you're saying to them is just drive around for 19 circles and then box him, and then drive around for 19 more circles and box him, and then drive around for 19 more, flag comes down, you finish. So you've literally gave instructions to all the idiots, i.e. Ferrari and some others, of how to do everything.
Yes.
And then basically said these tyres won't work. I mean, are we really? Does this seem such poor? I mean, they must have. When have they made this decision? Did they make a decision in January when the season started that this wouldn't be a thing, or have they just woke up this weekend and gone, the tyres might not? I mean, why do they think they won't work? Based on
they made this decision 2 weeks ago.
Based on some testing done by
nothing. They just the data that they've got from the data they've got from the tyres over the year says that the structural loads here are much higher than they are at any other circuit that we go to. So there's concerns that basically tyres would start falling apart. They've also got the concern of if we get any gravel on the track. Bear in mind, gravel has been at racetracks for about 80 years. This isn't a new invention. Gravel has always been around. If we get gravel on the track,
gravel, isn't it?
It might cut the tyres, and therefore that could be a safety concern. So we shouldn't use the tyres for very long.
So the tyres can only get cut around laps 23, 24, and 25. They can't get cut
No,
on
that
lap
was just
one.
another concern that they have with. So if we get any gravel on the track, there's a chances are we'll get an instant safety car and or red flag. So a man can come with a little sweeping brush and get
I'm
rid of
not
it.
staying up for this race. I'm for 4 hours. Fucking
Well, I
Jesus.
mean, did you watch the sprint?
Every car's been in the gravel trap. Yeah, I mean, it was the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life.
Times that by 3, and there's your main race.
It was literally the most. I mean, it made Monaco look exciting. At least George Russell did something exciting at Monaco and drove across the chicane. No one did anything, did
Nope.
they? I mean, he didn't have the excitement of a bad pit stop. We don't pit. So it was literally, here we start, here we finish.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming. And we're going to do that today, but we're going to have 2 structured pit stops where pretty much every car's going to pit on the same lap. So the lead car's going to pit on lap 18, and the second car's going to pit on lap 19 or something like that, or 19 and whatever. And then they're going to do it the same again on laps 37 and 38, and then they're going to go to the end.
Yes.
And somebody probably will have a DNF because the car will break down. Stroll will crash, and that's the race finished.
The only thing that might cause some excitement is I think the Ferrari at this point, the car is actually trying to kill the drivers. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Charles Leclerc, I've only
Leclerc...
just watched qualifying like in the last half an hour. I mean, it was almost like he was driving a killer whale, wasn't it? It was a buckaroo type, that game that he used to play. You just weren't sure whether it were going to throw him right or left at any point, and then it just did it both ways.
I mean,
It was...
it's very unusual to see a Formula One car oversteer and understeer at the same time.
It's
scientifically, it's
but when he wasn't going around the corner, it oversteered and understeered in a straight line. It was quite an yeah.
I mean, fair play to Charles. How he got that car into Q3 is beyond me because he just.
Well, I think Lewis had the best idea. He just decided that it was unsafe to drive it fast, so he didn't drive it fast. He just drove it mega slow. It was like, I'll just have a Sunday stroll round. Fuck it up.
I mean,
fuck it. He already did one qualifying in each one. Go, fuck this. I'm not driving that any longer. It's dangerous.
You know, there's an issue when an Alpine driver says to a Ferrari driver, God, your car looks bad. I mean, that's. You've got.
Well, even James Vow said there's got to be something wrong because Lewis Hamilton, since the break, has been one of the quickest drivers pound for pound with his package and the car around, and he's nowhere near. And I was like, if the opposing teams have noticed it's that bad as well, considering all the things they've got to consider, they're even noticing how bad Ferrari are. What are Ferrari thinking?
Well, we kind of missed this because we had a lot going on other weeks. The car is amazing. The pit crew are amazing. The drivers just need to shut up, according to John Elkin, the head of Ferrari. That's his answer. The drivers talk too much. That's the problem.
Coming from the Ferrari guy that just shouts letters down the fucking microphone.
No, John Elkin is the head of Ferrari. And he says
but I'm saying everyone else is perfect, but the guy at the other end of the radio just shouts letters and numbers, and everyone's supposed to understand what the fuck he means. He's perfect, is it? Not his fault. I mean, if he's the guy building the car, that's where the problems are. Because he probably just stands in there going, which tires are putting on? Just A, turn 3, and that's the problem. It's just
and obviously the race last week. Not sure if we covered this because I can't remember. At one point,
it was Vegas, weren't it?
Adami says to Lewis Hamilton, pace is really good. Lewis comes back and says, pace is not good, I'm falling behind. Adami says, okay, go faster.
and the guy at the head of Ferrari thinks that's okay, does he? He's listened to that and gone, yep, nothing wrong in that exchange. I mean, like I said, there becomes a point where Lewis Hamilton must just think, this is just ridiculous now, isn't it? The seat's wet, yes, it'll be the water. Where am I slower? Turns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm not going fast enough. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Okay, go fast. I mean, it's bonkers, isn't it? What tires do you want? I think we'll on the medium. We'll put you on wets. They just continue it, and nobody can see a problem here. I mean, we're going back to this, aren't we? Let's change the manager because the team's losing. Not change the components. Ferrari are basically going to say it's the 2 drivers who are professional Formula 1 drivers at the top of their game. It's their fault. They're just driving shit randomly. They're not trying to win. And everyone else who's building this fucking cart horse is fine. So we'll change the 2 drivers because that's the easy bit, again, rather than actually go out and find some people who know how to build a Formula 1 car. Because that's the difficult part.
Because in his words, the pit crew are winning the championship. Don't know what championship they're winning because there isn't one for the pit crew, but the pit crew are winning the
I go back to it
championship.
again. How many championships have Ferrari won in the last 20 years?
None.
So they're not. Something's wrong then, isn't it? It's broken. Something's broken quite severely, right? You don't need to. And how many drivers will they've had in that time? Probably a dozen, probably more.
Yeah.
Right? Is it all their fault? Just
Yes.
a dozen drivers. It's just
They all
their
talk too
fault.
much.
It's not the idiots the other side of the thing that we can't see who are building shit cars. Because I think some of them drivers, I'm pretty certain, have won titles elsewhere.
A lot of them have.
That's
All
why
of
probably
them,
Ferrari
nearly.
signed them. So there kind of seems to be a theme here. And I'm not in Ferrari, but I can tell them it's not Leclerc or Hamilton's fault. It's definitely Joe Bloggs who builds the car or designs its fault because it's shit.
I mean, there's reason to say Lewis Hamilton hasn't had a good season that's partly on him. But when you look at how Leclerc was having to drive that car yesterday, that's not Leclerc's
And how long's
fault.
Leclerc been there?
Trying
5
to kill
seasons?
him.
He's technically used to the car, the operational side. Lewis Hamilton's been there, 9 months? It's like, there's 2 levels, and I'm not defending Lewis Hamilton. He has a relatively poor season, but in a horrendously poor car. I mean, he technically got their only win this season.
Yeah.
In a sprint race in China. So you got to look at it. I mean, again, how do you win in China and then go out in Qatar last, basically, and Vegas? It's just so strange, isn't it? And I think both me and you would have loved nothing more than Hamilton to have a great season in Ferrari and be competitive and win races and things. I mean, he doesn't even look like finishing in the top 10 most weekends, does he? I mean, he's fighting tooth and nail to get a point in a Ferrari.
I honestly don't even think he's fighting anymore. I just think he's so done with life
Well, I
at
would
Ferrari
think.
already.
I mean,
It's just...
I'm a huge... My dream is one day to own a Ferrari, but not that one, can I just add? That's got to be the shittest Ferrari any man could buy. That is the worst Ferrari ever. If somebody bought me a Ferrari and it was that one, I'd just set fire to it. There's be fucking no point in owning it. It's absolutely horrendous, isn't it?
I mean, a lot of Formula One teams put old cars in like their offices and things and in their workshops. That one isn't going anywhere.
This is our 2002 championship winning car. This is the 98 championship winning car. This is the 2025 one. Fuck that one off. That one was rubbish. 2024, that one was rubbish. 2023, that was rubbish. We had bad drivers at this time. There's a period we went through some bad drivers. Yeah, what did you have? Oh, Sebastian Vettel, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, all the shit ones.
Fernando Alonso, Kimi Raikkonen.
Fernando Alonso, yeah, he's never won fuck all, has he? I mean, he just potters around nowhere. I mean, Fernando Alonso's got a pretty bad fucking car and can still get reasonable results. I mean, you look at where he is to where Lance Stroll is, there's a chasm of space, but yet he's still getting performances out every now and again. They've got 2 of the best drivers in the sport, and they can't even finish a lap facing forward. It's fucking unbelievable.
I mean, yesterday it kind of looked like a matter of time before Leclerc crashed, and then all of a sudden it did. It just went round on itself.
Like I said, I've just watched it, but the commentators were saying, he's fighting this, this is a battle to get it round, and then next thing, there was a cloud of smoke, and there's just a Ferrari parked in the middle of it, and it was almost like, yeah, this is... I mean, it's not a great track neither, is it? If I'm honest.
No.
It's a bit...
I kind of, at that point, expected the camera to pan, the Ferrari to still be in the middle of the road, and Leclerc had just got out of it, just walked off.
Marshall keys and helmets. You drive that, mate. Fucking death trap. I'm off.
I'm done with it. I'm going home. Yeah. I don't need this in my life.
Of all the Ferraris Charles Leclerc owns, and that's the one that lets him down week in, week out. The one he actually needs. Yeah, it's concerning for him. I mean, have they just moved on to 2026 and been developing that car all season? Or is that just...
Ferrari can use that excuse, but when they turn up next year and the engine's mounted backwards...
with 3 wheels? What do you mean they can't have 3 wheels? I thought, what? Oh, I thought it'd be faster if we got less tyres on. We only got to change 3 now.
I mean, I've got a concern that, Ferrari's car isn't good, let's be honest. They're going to start putting movable aero parts on that thing.
Well, they'll move.
Can you imagine the Qatar car that's just trying to kill Leclerc with movable aero?
Yeah, it'll all move. It'll all fall off, won't it? It's just,
I mean, if he turns up next year to the first
if he
behind,
turns up, if you don't get to next week and just go, you know what, fuck it, I'd rather not drive anymore. This is rubbish.
if he turns up next year and the car does this again at the closed test, I just think he quits. I just think he rips up the contract and says, I am not doing this for another 11 months
Both of them.
with you idiots. Because
Yeah,
you'll tell me my seat's wet because of water, and you'll tell me I'm fast when I'm slow, and you'll tell me to press K1. I'm not doing it. Go away.
just letters, numbers, puddles, and it's just and it's a shame, I suppose. We know we laugh about it, but Ferrari are a staple of the sport, aren't they? And to see them such a travesty, really, aren't they? They're just a shambles.
Yeah.
You know, that
I mean,
they're just a
Vettel
laughing
once said it. Even if you're not a Ferrari fan, secretly you're a Ferrari fan. And
Yeah,
anybody that watches F1,
like I said, my dream is a Ferrari, and a Ferrari has to be red. Anyone who buys a blue Ferrari or black Ferrari, yellow Ferrari or black Ferrari is just an idiot. You basically should have gone and bought a Lamborghini. If you buy a Ferrari, it has to be red, and a red Ferrari is the greatest thing on the planet when it comes to a vehicle. No one can argue that. I'm sorry. And to see a Formula One car,
that one isn't.
No, that one's not. That shouldn't be even beyond. In fact, that one's sending to space. That'll be the best place for that. And like when they go to Monza and the Corsi and things, it's unbelievable. Like we said about football before, there's certain teams that just have a following. Like we're talking about Wednesday and the fans that are in there. Ferrari have got that, haven't they? They've just got people that follow Ferrari all over the world because the Ferrari, not because they love the driver, but because it's Ferrari. But yet, it's almost becoming a comedy sketch now, isn't it? Not a racing team.
Yeah,
and you could understand them losing if it even looked like they were doing the best, but they're losing, and then there's just an idiot on the radio shouting things. I mean, it's like Borat's for his team manager, isn't it? He's just almost trying to piss him off. It's just mental. I just don't get it how it can be this bad. Surely the guy who owns Ferrari racing team listens to that and thinks, "Yeah, I probably need to make some changes here because he's a bit of a moron." No, nope. He's fine. Just
blame the drivers.
Shit. Good for it.
All the drivers' fault.
It's almost like, I don't know if this sounds wrong, but it's almost like he can't understand English. And I understand they're an Italian team, but if you're going to employ an English driver, you need to be fluent in his way of operating, don't you? And there's like a language barrier and also an intelligence barrier. You know, one guy's profound in the sport of Formula One, and one guy used to work at Aldi and is now a Formula One engineer. It's just, I'm just lost for words with it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a lot of them over the season, but pace is good. No, I'm falling behind. Okay, speed up. He's probably right up there with my seat.
You think when I was sat there going, I didn't think of that. Why not just drive a bit faster? I think it's just, surely when that's what I'm saying, does he just not understand what he said? Does he really just think that that's the answer to it? Just speed up, or does he think that that's what he should have said? But really, if somebody relayed it to him in Italian, he'd think, "Oh God, that were a bit of a stupid thing to say." But then, if it is, then it shouldn't be there because he's got to communicate with an English driver, and he needs to be profound in what he's saying, and he's not. He's totally confused by it.
Yeah, it's whatever it is that they're doing doesn't work. So stop doing it.
That's pretty evident. Yeah, just stop doing it. Again, we go back to this, dumb. Just stop repeating the same things over and over, week after week, and then thinking things are going to change because they're not. And it's getting worse.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Leclerc and Hamilton had got to a point where Leclerc has been faster all season, but Hamilton had caught up a little bit. These last 2 weeks, Hamilton's got in that car and thought, this is a death trap. So, no.
Yeah. I'm just going to drive to survive. Well, using a well-known phrase, but yeah, I'll just keep this car on the track, and if it means I'm the last man on the track, so be it. I mean, he won't be because Lance Stroll's still there, so it doesn't matter, but he'll be next to last, won't he?
So then we move on to tonight's race, and Oscar taking pole in a track that kind of suits him. Lando second, Max third. As long as everybody gets through turn one, my prediction is going to be very bold. It'll be Oscar, Lando, Max. There we go.
And that would leave us where?
So that would leave us with
Max out of it.
Max out of the title, yes. And Lando would lose another 7 on top of the 2 that he lost yesterday. So 9 from the 24 would be 16 clear, I think. 22 minus 7, 15 clear. Because he's 22 clear right now. So there'll be a 15-point gap going into Abu Dhabi, which means as long as Lando finishes 4th, It's irrelevant
He needs
what
10.
Oscar does.
No, he needs 11, doesn't it, to be safe?
Yeah, so a
Can't
fourth.
get 11
It'd be
points.
12. So it'd be 12 because 10 would then start leaving it on count
They
back.
said earlier that he needed to finish third in all 3 races, sprints, race, and he finished third yesterday, so he got second today. Then he could afford a fourth, which would, yeah. I mean, you don't want to win it like that, do you? I always looked at it yesterday. I thought, I hope to God, and I don't think it could have happened, could it? But I hope to God Lando doesn't win it on a sprint race because I don't think I can celebrate that. But it couldn't. I realised it couldn't happen. But
no, but it
at
has
the
happened
time,
before.
my maths had gone wrong, and I think if he wins this on a sprint race, I'll be devastated because these sprint races are horrendous. They're just a total waste of fresh air and diesel. So but it couldn't happen. So you don't want him to win it by coming second twice, do you? I know it doesn't really matter, but you'd like to see him go and win one of them. And
I think he kind of has to, because I think there's a danger with Max third. Max is going to be aggressive into turn 1. Lando's just got to get out of the way. Let's not get involved in losing a front wing, causing yourself a puncture. If he wants to go and fight with Oscar, that could actually do Lando a lot of favours. So he's just got to keep out of it. If Max wants to pass him into turn 1, just let him. Go and run third, because nobody else is quick enough. Ferrari will be in a hedge. Stroll will be upside down. So just drive around in third place. You've got the second best car at worst. You've got probably equal best, second best. You're the top 2. Sonoda's nowhere near. So just drive around in third, 20 seconds ahead of everybody else, 20 seconds behind Max, and you're fine. Then go and do that next week, and you're world champion. Let's not get involved in this attacking at turn 1 and trying to
go
brave.
out, isn't it?
It is, but it's the right way to. I mean, we saw him trying to be aggressive last week, and he nearly ended up in Reno when he should have been in Las Vegas. So let's not do that. Let's just be sensible. Brake when you're supposed to do. Turn when you're supposed to do.
I suppose the one thing for Lando this weekend is he can't lose the lead on lap 1.
No, because he hasn't got it.
Hasn't got it. So that's one plus for him. Because I think somebody said out of 16 races, he'd lost it on 9 attempts or 9
something like that.
ago. Something. I mean, it's not great statistics for a future world champion, is it? That you kind of qualifying first almost becomes a penalty to you. So it's almost better that he's second, and maybe then because he can't lose first place, he might have a better start.
So yeah, I don't. Unfortunately, I mean, 2 races to go with 3 drivers still in the World Championship. I'm still going into tonight's race thinking, this is going to be very boring.
Yeah,
unless
it's going to be
something
boring.
major happens at turn 1. I mean, if all 3 are out in turn 1, it might get exciting. Unlikely, I know, but if them front 3 get through turn 1 in a similar order to what they start, it's going to be a tough watch. It really is. Because
yesterday's was pretty up there as one of the worst ones I've watched in a while.
Unless somebody turns on some sprinklers or something drastic, I just don't see how we get any entertainment in what is going to happen.
It's not liable to rain, is it? So I can't think we're going to need any wet tyres. Yeah, I'm struggling to think of anything sensible, and it's not like me to be sensible, but anything that could happen that would make it even worth watching if you're not a massive Formula 1 fan. It's
it's not the greatest advert for the end of a season. I mean, if we were heading into Brazil, you'd be thinking this is going to be epic. Front 3, top 3 places. Yep. This is going to be something. Qatar's not going to be anything.
No,
besides
blown off across the world for boredom.
Yes, pretty much. But you did, inadvertently, in the middle of that rant about the Qatar Grand Prix, mention the stupidness that is Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. In the middle of this week, there was a rumour that the owners of Sheffield United would potentially like to buy Sheffield Wednesday and merge the 2 clubs.
Can you imagine?
I mean, really?
There would be a civil war in the town of Sheffield, wouldn't there? They would just, I don't understand where it's come from. If it's come from an actual human being, he knows nothing about football, so he shouldn't be buying either of the clubs, because we're back to Chancery and the guy who bought Cardiff making them red instead of blue because red's lucky. That obviously doesn't work for Ferrari or Manchester United. It's
or Barnsley.
This is the sort of people that should be struck off and that have no ability to ever be near football if that's their thought process. Just say, sorry, you can't buy a football club ever. You're banned for life. And anyone related to you or is in your phone is banned for life as well. Because if they're friends with you, they're also morons. It's just ridiculous. You can't merge two clubs. It's not like there's two clubs that are struggling to stay afloat, and it's like the only way to keep them in business is to stick two clubs together. These are two of the biggest clubs in our lifetime. In that area. I mean, both have been in the Premier League multiple times.
Oh, God, yeah.
You can't just walk into Sheffield and go, you and you now going to play together. All right, well, the 40,000 fans are just going to support some communal team now. Like I said, I just don't understand who's speaking to these people.
I mean, Sheffield Wednesday, the chances are, with what's happened with Chelsea, are going to get relegated.
Oh, yeah, right? They're down.
So you merge the two clubs. Which league did they play in? Start at the bottom? Or do we go back to the National League?
Start afresh, aren't they? Sheffield United are aiming for the playoff, trying to get back to the Premier League, and now going to be in fucking Conference League North, playing Accrington Stanley under a brand new name in God knows which of the two stadiums, because both of them need knocking down. So, I mean, they don't have to build a new one. It's like, I don't know. It's just, yeah. You can't just merge two football teams. This is not the motorway. You can't just cut one lane off and join into the other one. This doesn't work like that. It's just... But again, it's like it concerns me again that people are in and around football teams, obviously these people that shouldn't have anything to do with football. I mean, I don't know where it's come from. It sounds like an American thing to me. It sounds like it's come from an American. Or that guy who runs Formula One. It sounds like something he'd say, doesn't it?
I mean, we're borderline. I mean, it's as big a stupid idea as merging City and United, Arsenal and Spurs, Liverpool and Everton.
Any level, innit? You just don't merge two football teams. That's not something you can do. If you understand football, you would understand the patriotism to their club. Even if you've only got 2,000 fans, you can't just merge two teams and expect someone to support them. You can't make a club up out of nowhere and just expect there to be a fan base. It just doesn't work like that.
No, but I just thought we had to bring that one up. I know we'd moved on from football, but I had to do that. And I suppose I'm stalling because the quicker we move on from Formula 1, I have to talk about the NFL, and the Eagles have lost again, and apparently our season's collapsing.
I haven't seen it. So I watched half the Eagles game last night, and I had to get up this morning to go and run around a very hot park on a charity event. So I haven't seen the final score. I thought it looked quite good for the bit I did watch.
Well, that would make a change because we've not looked good in weeks.
I thought it looked quite... I mean, I said to you the other day, now the Thanksgiving 3 fixtures, I'm quite new to NFL, so, but it was almost like Boxing Day football. It was like, wow, 3 games on, NFL, sit down, try and watch them all. So I watched the Lions game, I watched the Chiefs game, I missed the last game, which I think was the Vikings, and then I moved on to your game, which was the day after, but I only got halfway through it. I thought you looked quite good. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of rumblings that they're not big fans of the quarterback anymore. Supposedly his attitude's wrong and this, that, and the other. I mean, again, you've just won the Super Bowl. I'm not sure what more people can do. Are we going to go down this route in NFL now?
So that's kind of like it's gone wrong. Who can we blame?
Yeah,
it was amazing last season.
I wasn't so sure that was.
I mean, we are still top of the NFC East with an 8-4 record, but it was 8-2 2 weeks ago. So it's slipping quite quickly this season.
A lot of the big teams are under threat, aren't they? The Bills are in the race, but not top of their division. The Chiefs won in the end. No, lost, didn't they?
Lost in the end. They're now third in their division.
So now they're almost out.
It's getting drastic for them.
Last week they said if the Chiefs had got a draw in that game where it went to overtime and then lost another, they'd struggled to make it. But they've lost one, so they're another defeat. I think they've got to win out now 6 in a row, which is doable for them because they are that good. But they're struggling.
Well, luckily, the NFL Sports app does a helpful little thing. So the only team that is showing that are out is the New York Giants because they are 2-10 and their season is over.
You know what I saw the other day? It said in the hunt, and it was somebody, Chiefs, and Miami Dolphins. I was like, let's go.
I mean, when you say in the hunt,
I mean,
you're stretching.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I didn't put the stats up, and even I was thinking, yeah. I mean, it's almost like saying, Man United have got a chance of winning Premier League, isn't it? I mean, technically we have. But
I mean, you're in the AFC East with the Patriots who are 10-2 and the Bills who are 7-4. You'd have to win every game and hope the Bills lose every game To
Yeah, I mean, I
even
think we're definitely aiming for second, but I mean, the Bills have struggled. It's like a season where we could possibly go into the postseason with no Eagles, no Bills, no Chiefs, and it's like I'm not even sure who I'd be watching because they're the only teams I watch. Like,
well, yeah, because we're both quite new to it. This is all kind of weird because now the
these are
LA
all the
Rams
teams
are
we've been
good.
watching. I've never watched the Patriots. I don't think I've ever watched a game of the Patriots in unless they've been played the Bills or the Chiefs. There was another team the other day that were really who were the other team that were good? And I
We've
was
got the
like, oh,
Broncos, the Colts, the Rams.
the Colts. I mean, I watched them the other week and they lost, and I watched them once and they've lost. So I mean, it's going to be a weird postseason if this goes the way it looks like it's going, because it literally then would be. I mean, without the Eagles and the Chiefs, it would literally be down to pot luck who wins. I don't even know. I don't even know where you even go then.
At that point, your prediction of the Dallas Cowboys might come back.
Well, funnily, I was going to text you because last season I said the Dallas Cowboys were going to win it, and Dak Prescott got injured about a week after I said it, and the season fell apart. And I watched them the other night, and I'm like, "Fuck me, these are good. These are really good." Like, maybe I just predicted it a year too early. I was maybe ahead of time for once. Yeah, they look.
Well, yeah, because
so
then
good.
this year you predicted the Bills, and that's not gone well. 7-4.
If
It's
you're
not
a Bills
amazing.
fan, sorry, I shouldn't predict. Yeah, I picked the Cowboys last year. They lost their quarterback. I supported the Miami Dolphins. They lost their quarterback. I picked the Bills this season. Probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league has suddenly lost the ability to throw, catch, move, or do anything possibly remotely good. Mahomes is playing awesome, but the Chiefs don't seem to be very good at all. The Eagles look good and look safe, but it almost feels like they don't want to get there. It's almost like, shall we not bother this season?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of injuries, I think, and just quite a lot of.
They don't look a bad side. I don't watch them and think, oh, these are bad or these are struggling. They just seem to flounder a little, and yeah, it just seems a little bit. If
too many penalties,
Barkley can't run it, it's kind of a struggle.
Yeah, there's too many penalties. The passing game's a bit weak, and the offensive line seems to, when Barkley does try and run, they move and let the defenders get to him, which I find quite an odd strategy of when you want Barkley to run, block the other team.
One of the best team I've watched recently. I mean, like I said, the Cowboys were about the best team I've watched recently. I'm trying to think who else we've watched, and yeah,
I mean,
it
the
just seems a
Lions
little.
are meant to be good, but they're
just but they looked. I mean, their quarterback was just throwing hand grenades over day. We're throwing them here, there, and everywhere.
And then last season, the start of, a guy called Caleb Williams went to the Chicago Bears because I saw it on Hard Knocks, and he was going to be the savior of Chicago. His first season was terrible, but they're now 9-3 this season, so they're all of a sudden good.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, because they've just beaten us, so they're now 9-3.
Well, yeah, obviously that's the game I was starting to watch, and I mean, Caleb Williams, I wouldn't pick him out of a hat to be. I didn't even realize he was still the quarterback or still a quarterback. It was if you'd asked me where Caleb Williams plays, I'd struggle to tell you. But yeah, there's some really strange. But I think this is how the NFL works. From what bit I can look back on, no team seems to have a dynasty of much more than 2 or 3 seasons because of the way the draft works, and that refreshes the other teams to then come back. I mean, there's some teams that never win it because of that shit to start with. Well, I know they've drafted him, but Miami Dolphins. But it's like it refreshes the setup and brings other teams back into play. I mean, this will be the first time that Mahomes hasn't played in the AFC Championship game in his career. He's played in it every time he's been a pro quarterback.
If it goes that badly, you never know.
I don't think they're gonna. I just can't see it now. They've got to win 6 in a row, having only won 6 all season. You're asking a lot there, even for the likes of the Chiefs. They're going to drop something. They've got to. So you're thinking they're out now. And like I said, the Bills are in the hunt but struggling. They're not in form. So yeah, I mean, it could just be the Eagles' runaway really, because no one else wants to win it. But there's some good teams that aren't particularly what I'd call good teams at the minute. They're playing really well.
Yeah,
but I think it's exciting.
It keeps NFL very good and very interesting because you just get randomness.
That's total,
very random.
Total random. It's randomness in the game and it's randomness in the tables. I mean, you look at the tables 1 minute, you think you've understood it, and then you look at 2 weeks later and it's a total flip-flop, isn't it? It's just all over the shop. I'm made worse by the fact that no one plays each other consecutively. It's all over the shop, isn't it?
There is one constant: the New York Jets. They are a constant.
I mean, the irony that I watched that program where they were going to go to the Super Bowl, they were all talking about going to the Super Bowl, and they were bad, and then they're even worse this season. They just get beaten by everyone. I'm like, you've gone from being Super Bowl hopefuls 18 months ago to now the worst team in the league. I mean, that's quite a Ferrari-esque fall, isn't it? We're heading down fast.
Got an idea. So all these groups of really bad teams. So you've got Man United, you've got Ferrari, you've got the Jets, you've got England cricket. Group them all together and see if they can make a super bad team.
Well, yeah. Why don't they see if the quarterback from the Jets could be a better team engineer to Lewis Hamilton, and see if the team engineer for Lewis Hamilton could bat for England, and let's mix and match them a bit.
We can invert the team.
We could. We'll swap them around. No, and just move them around the business and see if you can relocate them into other aspects of the sport and see if they can do better. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, I think we're probably ruining sport at this point. It's probably time we didn't do things like that.
I think the engineer of Ferrari is ruining sport because he's not a sports person.
But once again, I think we've probably reached the end of another episode. Next weekend, there 100% will not be an episode from us because you'll be on an aeroplane. The following couple of weeks, 3 weeks beyond that, the schedule may be sporadic. There may or may not be Christmas recordings. There wasn't last year, so I'm not sure anybody will care. But we will try and still get some content out there. But in the meantime, have a great week. Potentially have a great Christmas. We may see you in 2026 or before. Who knows? Thank you all for watching and or listening. And we will be back with you all at some time very, very soon.